actions directed at coaches or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. We appreciate your
Welcome back to the Patriots Sports Network for doubleheader action on Hartzler Field in Florence, South Carolina. I'm Alex Wober, the voice in the booth, bringing you Patriots soccer on this wet and cloudy Thursday evening. Before we get into the action, first let's check out our pregame interview with Patriots head men's soccer coach Luis Rincon.
Francis Marion University and Hartzler Field for today's NCAA Division II men's soccer.
Going into this match against Barry University?
I mean, we have to keep doing what we have been doing the past years, the same idea of soccer and the same mentality, trying to win every single match that we approach, regardless of conference, region, or whatever. So, and stay with the simple concepts. It's too early, a lot of new faces, so we got to keep it very simple.
You mentioned the mentality. What is that group mentality coming into this new season?
I think that there's a good core of guys that have passed on that to the new guys. Basically, be disciplined and, approach every game with professionalism. Every day the same way, and we have the responsibility to win every single game. It's not easy at all, but that has to be in our mind.
You talked about these new guys that come in. How much impact are they going to have for this program this season?
It's a big impact. We have done a lot of work to find their replays in certain positions, certain spots. So, we try to bring guys with more experience as well. So they play a huge role in our season this year.
Absolutely. Talk about those key returnees. How much of an impact are they going to make this season with these new young guys meshing together?
I mean, Alvaro, Javier Bello, they both have been since my arrival. Sebas was play almost every single game the past 3 years. Kimo, Jesus. I mean, those guys know what I want, what we expect here, know very well how it's to play out here. So, bringing all that experience is going to play a huge role for the success of our team.
Absolutely. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Welcome back, and today we have the Barry University Buccaneers coming into the Swamp to face the home opening Francis Marion University Patriots. Following this 4:30 matchup, the Patriots women's soccer program will face Coker University at 7 p.m. for some local South Carolina action. The Patriots men's program enters this season for their third year in Conference Carolinas. Francis Marion returns 11 lettermen, including 6 starters from last year's 12-5-2 squad that won the Conference Carolinas regular season title with a 10-0-1 mark, but lost a 1-goal decision in the conference tournament championship match and thus missed its second straight NCAA national tournament appearance under head coach Luis Rincon. This season, Francis Marion has been picked to finish second in the 2022 Conference Carolinas men's soccer preseason coaches poll, finishing 1 point behind Chowan University. Among the key Patriot returnees is graduate student forward Alvaro Zamora, a 3-time first-team all-conference selection and a second-team all-region pick last fall. He owns career totals of 14 goals and 10 assists in 40 matches. Also back is 2-time all-conference forward Javier Bello, all-conference defender Sebastian Garcia, and all-conference forward Nick Hunick. Coach Rincon stated this week, "We are ready and excited to kick the season off. We are still working to get where we want to be, but our 2 opening matches this week will be a good test to see where we stand." He feels good about the squad. He says they have a solid foundation of returnees that has shared the culture of this program with the newcomers. This has sped up the process of acclimating the new players to our system. The addition of the newcomers has added to our depth, which I feel will be one of the strengths this season. And we'll certainly find out if that is one of the strengths this season here in the home opener for the Patriots. Now, it's a long season for this program, but we will get an early look at what this team can do early on. As we have stated the starting lineups for Francis Marion University and Barry University. Start off first with the Buccaneers. In goal, number 1, Jean-Claude Console. In the defense, number 2, Iker Berezo. Number 17, Andres Volk. Number 19, Daniel Skall. And number 36, Gene Gafforian. In the midfield for the Buccaneers, number 3, Juan Pablo Correa. Number 7, Timo Worth. Number 15, David Polanco. Number 28, Miguel Rodriguez. Number 32, Nicholas Villalobos. And at forward for the Buccaneers, Lucas Steinbacher. The head coach for the Buccaneers tonight is Pesta Ivanovic. He's assisted by Ivan Barriga and his volunteer assistants, Gonzalo Rudolph, Milan Milicevic, and Michael Reyes. For the Patriots, in goal, number 0, Andreas Scapolo. In the defense, anchoring the back line, number 18, Daniel Resch. Number 24, Sebastian Garcia. And number 25, Paul Visnes. In the midfield for the Patriots, number 6, Hugo Johnson. Number 16, Kimo Limka. Number 17, Matthias Morales. And up top for the Patriots, number 9, Javier Bello. Number 7, Nick Hunick. Number 11, Alvaro Zamora. And number 27, Giancarlo Palma. So a couple new faces for the Patriots this season. We're going to get to see it in just a few seconds when kickoff starts. Our officials today are the main referee, Ross McKernan, and down the sidelines, Alan Parks and Errol Daniels. And the Patriots, as you saw in the pregame interview, Luis Rincon, his assistant Kevin Martin, and Santiago Ramirez, athletic trainer for the Patriots, Kinsey Dunst Nelson. And we've got kickoff here with the Buccaneers. I'm going to get it to the middle quickly. That's Visnes with the pressure. Out wide, defended by Palma. Given up back to the Patriots. Finds Johnson inside. And they're going to tap it around the back line now, with Morales out wide. Back into Visnes. He'll switch it to Resch. Keeper for the Patriots, Andreas Scapolo, in his first start as a Patriot tonight, as well as the two center backs, Paul Visnes and Daniel Resch. Another new face for the Patriot in the midfield, Hugo Johnson, as well as Giancarlo Palma up top. Patriots have a throw in here. Be taken by midfielder Kimo Limka. We'll play it to the feet of Hunick. Hunick makes a nice cut. And it's back in the feet of the Buccaneers. Bit of tapping around. Finds its way back to the back line. Plays it in to Console. Buccaneers feeling some pressure here from the Patriots. They're going to have to get rid of it quickly. And that'll stay with the Patriots for a throw-in. Francis Marion University Athletics would like to thank the following sponsors: Adidas, Circle Park Behavioral Health Services, McLeod Regional Medical Center, Ken Jackson and Remax Professionals, Pepsi, McDonald's, Raines Hospitality, including Fairfield Inn, Spring Hill Suites, Courtyard by Marriott, Comfort Inn, and Hyatt Place, King Cadillac Buick GMC, McLeod Sports Medicine, Chick-fil-A, State Farm and Agent Jim Stewart, Quincy Steakhouse, Little Caesars, La Quinta Inn and Suites, KFC and Arby's, Florence Toyota, Waffle House, PD Electric Cooperative, Sparrow and Kennedy Tractor Supply, McCall's Supply Incorporated, Western Sizzle and Steakhouse, State Credit Union, and Zaxby's. Francis Marion would like to thank those sponsors. As we're 2.5 minutes into the first half. Bit of overcast here at 4:33 approximately. Back to Resch. He's going to send a long ball down the line to Morales. And it's not going to get over the head of the top defender for the Buccaneers. And Johnson and Bayo there tried to do a little bit of a give and go, but stopped by number 3, Correa, for the Buccaneers. Aruza with a chip into the middle. Pressured by Garcia. Slips away. Plays a ball down line, finds the feet. Cross in for the Buccaneers. And that's well defended by Visnez. Routine catch for Capolo, his first action of the night. Or excuse me, evening. We're not there quite yet, folks. Back and forth between Johnson and Morales. Palma cuts inside, finds Garcia, who's playing more of a CDM role in this Patriots formation this year. Was an all-conference selection at center back. But he's versatile and can be moved around, as Coach Rincon liked to say. Patriots have maintained a majority of the possession so far through 4.5 minutes. And there'll be a throw in here for midfielder Limke. Tried to find Palma, but into the feet of a Buccaneers defender. Going to be a battle for it. Morales gets his head on it first. Johnson settles it. Plays it back to his center backs, Visnez and Resch. Patriots early on, not going to rush anything. They're going to play their game. Going to play it around the back line and hold a majority of the possession. That's something of Coach Rincon's tendencies, as he's a more animated coach than most of the ones you'll see in this conference. Pressure put on by the Buccaneers. That back line for the Patriots has to get it away quickly. As that's Villalobos. He gets past Garcia. Ball into number 7 here for the Buccaneers. Worth going to play a ball in, but Garcia gets a foot on it and is able to save the Patriots from a potential opportunity by the Buccaneers. Okay, down the right side. Zamora is going to try and outpace Skull for the Buccaneers, but one dribble too much as that's a throw in here for the Buccaneers. And that's picked up by Console. That's Jean-Claude Console for the Buccaneers. He plays it out quickly. He almost gets in front of it, but lands into the feet of Villalobos. Pressure being put on by the Patriot forwards. Chip pass down the right side. Couldn't get a good touch on it. Finds Morales. And the Buccaneers retain possession. Correa over to Peruzzo. Lemke is going to be there. Palma couldn't get a good foot on it. Patriots still have it. Finds the lap of Zamora, and that's a Patriots throw in. So far, no shots taken by either side, as Barry's had the most opportunities yet with 2. Resch switches field over to Visnez, now to Morales. Garcia making a big run. And that's a basket catch there by Console. So he has to come out a little bit from the line. Barry University sporting the all-white kits. Patriots rocking their dark blue kits. Be another throw in here for FMU. Zamora gets around, tries to take on the whole Barry defense. You can tell Zamora wanted to get the Patriots on the board early. One versus 7 defenders might not be the ideal situation for it. Heavy pressure by Johnson, and that's our first call here of the night. That's going to be a free kick here for the Buccaneers. Johnson with a little bit of too much heavy pressure as Correa had to fend off the midfielder. And Polanco had an idea but couldn't execute as it's back into the feet of the Patriots. Finds its way back to the Buccaneers midfield. Buccaneers with some space. Give and go from Polanco. Takes a shot and Scapolo scoops. Chip pass, not enough from Scapolo. Resch gets it out with a header, and Morales is going to send it downfield back towards the Buccaneers defense. That first shot for the Buccaneers coming from Daniel Skall. Buccaneers midfielder David Polanco started that run. Zamora gets tangled up with a Buccaneers defender. That's Gaforian. And we've got some first-time ball boys here tonight, members of the Francis Marion University basketball team. That's Chandler O'Hannon over here on the right side, closest to me. Incoming freshman for the men's basketball program. Buccaneers on the Patriots side of the pitch. They'll send it to the back line. Ball played back to Console. Johnson and Worth scrapping for it. Pressure from Hunick and Zamora. Buccaneers pushing it forward as we've got some Patriots getting warmed up down on the sideline. Could see some changes coming here soon. Scapolo dives out. Shot from Palenko, and it's off the... Looked like off the tip of the fingers of Scapolo, but it'll stay as a goal kick for the Patriots. An opportunity for Palenko. Just a few inches over the bar. Looked like Scapolo didn't quite get all of it on that punch out. And a close call there for the Patriots early on. "15 minutes have passed here in the first half. Score still stands 0-0. 2 shots for the Buccaneers. Chip pass just a bit too much from Garcia. Well, that shot from Palenko was a volley opportunity, but he missed high. And if you're having trouble finding David Palenko on the field, he's got probably the craziest hair this evening. Worth down the right side. Finds in Villalobos. And Scapolo calls off the defense and scoops it up. Another potential opportunity by the Buccaneers, dismantled by the Patriots defense. Zamora turns, plays a ball through the defense. Bayo one-on-one. Can't get a shot off, and that's taken away by the Buccaneers defense. A close call for that Buccaneers defense, as Console would have been 1v1 with Bayo if he'd not had some support come through. 28 to go here in the first half of action. And it does look like we have a potential sub coming in for the Patriots. Palma pressures, and Gaforian is able to keep it. And that's going to be going the Buccaneers' way, as that's a free kick, pretty much at midfield. Give you more information when we find out who's coming in for the Patriots potentially. If you don't know the structure of the complex, I'm over here on the opposite side. So I am nowhere near those benches. Garcia cuts it off. Baruzzo over to Gaforian. Finds Villalobos. Tic-tac football stays with the Buccaneers. And Morales able to cut it off. Good positioning by the defender. And Bayo wins it back. Palenko finds Correa and quickly get it back to that Buccaneers back line. Palenko cuts it inside. Ticky-tack football. And a shot by the Buccaneers is right to the hands of Scapolo. Resch is looking for something from our main official, Ross McKernan. That shot from the Buccaneers coming from Miguel Rodriguez. That'll be Scapolo's second save of the evening. We've got a pretty decent crowd here for the Patriot fans tonight. Majority of the women's soccer program in attendance, and some family and friends along that. New faces here at the complex as the semester has started back officially here in Florence, as well as many other universities and colleges around the country. Garcia finds Bayo on the left side. Pressured by Zamora. He cuts it off. He takes a shot, and that would have gone upper 90 left-hand corner. Great save by Console. Right on the money by Zamora. Would have been an absolute beauty of a goal. So we've got two fresh faces coming in for the Patriots. Looks like coming off is Giancarlo Palma and Nick Hunick. And that looks like Wendell Lima, but not 100% positive yet. Got a corner kick here for the Patriots. Morales and Johnson on it. Morales takes it. It's in the box. And that's going to be headed out by a Buccaneers defender back into the feet of, that's Juan Ailman, graduate student now for the Patriots on this roster, came through the transfer portal. Great defense by Kimo Limke, who came back from midfield. That'll be a corner for the Buccaneers. Looks to be Juan Ailman on the field and Paul Sapper coming on for the Patriots. So there's the two subs for FMU. Corner kick taken by the Buccaneers. Cleared out by Resch. That'll be a throw-in now for Barry. And potentially a lost ball as well for the men's program. Just roughly 22 minutes gone by here in the first half. Cleared out quickly. Zamora is taken down. That's a free kick for the Patriots. Buccaneers stop a little bit of momentum. A foul coming on Juan Pablo Correa, number 3 for the Buccaneers. And it'll be interesting to see what head coach Luis Rincon does with goalkeepers. As he said prior to this week, that the starting goalkeeper position is still up in the air, as they have a little bit of a battle between Alex Schultze, Andreas Scapolo, and Noah Craig. Be interesting to see if he plays another guy in the second half, but the way Scapolo's been playing, seems unlikely. Ball played inside to Villalobos. Down the line. That's Volk with the ball in. Gets under the foot of Zamora. Buccaneers control it. Nifty move by Skal. Ball in. Right to Volk. Edge of the box. Defended by Ailman and Morales. They'll put pressure. Finds Ailman. And that pass just a bit behind Bayo, as that was intercepted by Barrezo. Quick ball, but a little bit too much foot on it. Ends up in possession for the Patriots. Throw in here will be taken by Morales. And they'll award the Buccaneers with a free kick as Morales gets a little bit too close with Rodriguez. This is the second warning from McKernan to tell both teams to give the free kickers some space. Ball is played to Worth. Defended by Morales. Into Volk. Finds Correa. And McKernan will call that. And we'll get a pause on time here, as we may have some athletic trainers approach the field. We'll see what happens here. That is Juan Pablo Correa on the ground. He gets up. So a free kick here will be awarded for the Buccaneers. That foul coming from Hugo Johnson. Or excuse me. I believe it was Hugo Johnson. We'll get some confirmation on that soon. And in fact, that was a foul on Hugo Johnson. And I'm not sure if that was intended by Polanco, but just a bit too much on it. Long ball to Zamora. Zamora cuts inside. 1v4. Loses it, looks for a penalty call, but not going to be given. You get some disgruntled moans from some of the fans, and that'll be another free kick awarded to the Buccaneers. As one of the captains for the Patriots, Javier Bayo, is going to plead a case with Ross McKernan. 18 minutes to go here in the first half. Score still 0-0. Villalobos cuts inside. Palenko, pressured by multiple Patriots, plays it back quickly. As they were looking for Worth at the top of the box, but a little too much mustard on it. That's going to be a goal kick for Scapolo. As we have a substitution for the Buccaneers, we'll see number 17, Andreas Volt, come off. And on the field for him is number 5, Tyler Dobinson. Dobinson, a senior out of Exmouth, England. Came to Barry from Herkimer Community College. Goal kick here for Scapolo. Pretty much no wind today as well in Florence, South Carolina. Ball's played backwards. Morales takes the momentum with him. And not the best ball from Ailman as it doesn't leave the ground, but ends up back in the possession of the Patriots. Ball is played back to Ailman towards the corner flag. Going to put some moves on a defender. Skip pass. And Worth ends up with it, and it stays a Buccaneers throw-in. 3 subs here for the Buccaneers. Coming off is number 28, 19 and 7. Number 28, Miguel Rodriguez. Number 7, Timo Worth. And number 19, Daniel Skall. As we'll see 3 new faces for the Buccaneers. As it looks to be number 9, number 11, and number 14. So number 9, Juan Valiente, sophomore out of La Curia, Venezuela. Number 11, Juan Simonello, sophomore out of Santa Fe, Argentina. Transfer from North Carolina Wesleyan University. And number 14, Jordi Ramon, a senior out of Valencia, Spain. Transferred from University of Charleston. It's been a tightly defended game so far. Both sides with limited opportunities. Buccaneers coming up with more. Johnson passes behind Lemke, but he gets back to it. Roughly 15 minutes remaining here in the first half. Visnez plays Garcia. Through ball to Bayo. 2v2. Bayo towards the corner flag for Ailman. Ailman gets around, finds Garcia. And Patriots will feed it back into the back line. So we've got a potential sub coming in here for FMU. Resch with the ball. And that's going to find the forehead of a Buccaneers defender. Shot! And just over the net. That shot taken by Hugo Johnson. That'll be a goal kick for the Buccaneers and a substitution for the Patriots. Coming off is forward Javier Bayo. That's number 22 coming in. Pedro Crespo, a grad student from Madrid, Spain. Only 5 shots taken here in the first half so far. Still a little bit of time to go. Some aggressive defending there from Johnson. That was Johnson and Valiente. Johnson spins. Bit of hand checking from both, but goes in favor of the Patriots. Ball going to be played down the line. It's going to find the feet of Zamora. And that's going to be a free kick. Pretty much like a short corner kick here for the Patriots. From Zamora, and that's going to be scooped up by Console. Around the back line for the Buccaneers, they're going to push it past midfield. And that'll be the first offside call. That's Errol Daniels making that call. Be a free kick for the Patriots. Scapolo will take it. Roughly 11 minutes remaining here in the first half. A few Patriots still getting warm on the sideline. That ball finds the feet of Sapper. Ailman with a nice move, but gives it up to the Buccaneers. And that play tricked Zamora, but Palenko, Morales has got the speed. And Scapolo has to get rid of it quickly. Going to be a throw in here for the Buccaneers. Substitution. Number 21, Lucas Steinbacher. He'll come off. Remains another throw in for the Buccaneers. Splits the defenders. No call. Going to be a Patriots throw in. Palenko pressures back to the Buccaneers. Over the head of Zamora. Shot. And just over the bar. That's going to be a goal kick for the Patriots with 8.5 minutes remaining in the first half. I believe the substitution for the Buccaneers was Lucas Steinbacher coming off. And coming on for him would be Michel Villanova. And that's going to be the first card of the evening given to Sebastian Garcia. Both squads starting to get aggressive here in crunch time of the first half. Polanco going through defenders. Villalobos, shot, saved by Scapolo, and blocked by Garcia. Great defense by the Patriots. Stops an opportunity by the Buccaneers. Berezo. Polanco. Pass down the right side. And Limke tried to play a long ball. Finds its way out of bounds. The 2022-23 Conference Carolinas Championship season is coming soon. Please visit conferencecarolinas.com/championships to learn more about all of the 2022-23 Conference Carolinas Championships. As Polanco has moved into a center back role here in the last few minutes. More of a CDM role, maybe. He's been a centerpiece for the Buccaneers so far. Villalobos pressured by two Patriots. And Villalobos ends back with it, and that'll be a free kick for Barry. Fouled by Ailman. On Ailman, a graduate student out of Las Palmas de Gran Canaria, Spain. I'm sure I butchered that. All the people in Spain, please don't hate me. I'm still getting used to rolling my R's. So free kick here for the Buccaneers, taken. And not enough to get over the head of Garcia. 5.5 to go here in the first half. Patriots look to be ultra defensive right now with the majority of their formation in the back line. That finds the feet of Console. That's over to Berezo. Long pass to Villalobos. Cuts it inside. Stays with it. Polanco. Defended by Limke and Johnson. Roughly 4.5 to go. Here in the first half, Barry leads Francis Marion with 6 shots to the Patriots 3. And a corner kick for each squad. Earlier here in Florence, we had a bit of rain this morning, so I wonder if the conditions of the field are playing a factor tonight. Tiki-tacky soccer. That's going to be scooped up by Scapolo. Another potential opportunity by the Buccaneers. That time from Juan Valiente, a sophomore out of La Caria, Venezuela. Long ball played over the head of Zamora, and that'll be a throw-in for the Buccaneers. Long ball play down the left side. And that stays with the Patriots. Substitution now for FMU as Sebastian Garcia comes off. And number 23, Miguel Bayo, sophomore out of Madrid, Spain. No affiliation with Javier Bayo, who was recently subbed off. Not exactly sure if they have any affiliation. Same last name, same location in Spain. We'll see. Shot fake into the feet of Johnson. Finds its way back to the Buccaneers. Cuts inside. Finds Dobinson. Cross in. Villalobos with a shot, and that's going to be in. The Buccaneers are on the board with 2 minutes left on the clock. A little bit of a breakdown by the Patriots defense as the Buccaneers were able to come up with it after a few deflections, and Villalobos was able to finish within about 5 feet of Scapolo. And the one thing the Patriots have to do early on here, especially game one of the season, is if you go down 1-0, you got to strike back quick. You can't put your head down. You got to act like the score is 0-0 no matter what's set on the scoreboard. And I think this is a mentality that the Patriots have. Substitution as well for the Buccaneers late. Cam McDonald coming in for David Palenko. McDonald with a big shoe to fill as Palenko was a centerpiece in most of their opportunities. Buccaneers going to look to maintain possession with 1.5 minutes left in the first half. Don't want to give the Patriots any chance to make any magic happen. That stays with the Buccaneers.
1 minute remaining.
And the countdown from 1 minute starts now. So Barry leads 1-0 here on Hartzler Field in Florence, South Carolina. 7 shots for the Buccaneers to the Patriots 3, 1 corner kick each. 35 seconds. Patriots have possession. Let's see if Coach Rincone's got anything up his sleeve here for 25 seconds remaining on the clock. Somehow kept in by Kimo Limke. That's going to be a throw-in now with 15 to go. Clock's ticking for the Patriots.
10, 9,
10 seconds,
8,
ball served in,
6,
and the Buccaneers are going to clear it,
4, 3, 2,
leaving
1, 0.
the score here going into halftime, 1-0 Buccaneers lead. That goal coming from Nicholas Villalobos is assisted by David Palenko. And the Patriots will look to bounce back coming out of halftime. We'll meet you back here on the Patriots Sports Network.
a picture. All of the graduates, all of the faculty, all of the administration decked out in their regalia. And as you look up at all those people, you see families, huge families. And you know why all those people are there? Because this is the very first one, the very first graduate. So special.
This is Conference Carolinas.
And welcome back here to the Patriots Sports Network. Halftime score, Barry University 1, Francis Marion University 0. Let's look at a couple of halftime stats here. Barry University, 2 shots from midfielder David Palenko. 1 assist as well. He assisted on the goal for Nicholas Villalobos, who has a lone shot and a lone goal for the Buccaneers. David Palenko, as we talked about earlier in the first half, was a centerpiece for the Buccaneers and probably would not have been able to get that opportunity had he not been there on the field. A couple other statistics for the Buccaneers. Daniel Skall with 1 shot as well in 31 minutes, and Miguel Rodriguez with a shot as well. 3 fouls for the Buccaneers. We'll go over to the Patriots side, where Andreas Scapolo was 3 saves with 1 goal allowed in the 45 minutes played. A tough opportunity to give up for the Patriots. A bit of a breakdown by the defense, couple of deflections off of some of the defenders into the feet of Villalobos, and he was able to finish within 5 feet of the goal. Alvaro Zamora leads the Patriots with 2 shots right now. The other lone shot goes to midfielder Hugo Johnson, who also has picked up 3 fouls so far in the midfield. But it's a scrappy game. It's a home opener between these 2 squads. FMU, a lot of new faces in this formation. You know, Andreas Scapolo is playing his first match as a Patriot. Hugo Johnson, Daniel Resch, Paul Visnes, Giancarlo Palma, Paul Sapper, Juan Ailman, Pedro Crespo, and Miguel Bayo. Luis Rincon really must like these new guys that he's brought in, this new recruiting class. As we talked about previously, Francis Marion has been picked to finish 2nd in the 2022 Conference Carolinas Men's Soccer Preseason Coaches Poll, finishing 1 point behind Chowan University, who they had to meet up with in last year's Conference Carolinas Championship. Unfortunately, had lost that to a 1-goal decision and missed his 2nd straight NCAA National Tournament appearance under head coach Luis Rincon. You know, Rincon, earlier we talked about a couple other things that he mentioned. You know, he says that they have a solid foundation of returnees. They've shared the culture of the program with a lot of these newcomers that we're seeing tonight. The addition of these newcomers has added to their depth tremendously, which you can see early on in the match. And they feel like that's going to be one of their strengths this season is the amount of depth they have versus the other opponents. You know, and we also mentioned that there was still a goalkeeper battle going on. Scapolo got the start tonight, but it'll be interesting to see if Rincon wants to go with another face, maybe Alex Schultze, who was here last year, played a couple games in the Conference Carolina tournament last year. Noah Craig as well, who's a junior, who started 2 matches at the end of the season for FMU. You know, he says that the competition for the starting nod is close. You know, Andre comes in with skills and collegiate experience at a very high level, and he's pushed Alex Schultze and Noah Craig to improve. So, now, speaking about the back line for the Patriots, Luis Rincon feels as though this back line will be improved from last year's unit that allowed only 20 goals in 19 matches, and only 4 of those came in the 11 conference regular season contests. The coach, Rincon, has pointed to, Saeed Garcia, Paul Visnez, Daniel Resch, and, returnee Matthias Morales as the key parts of the back line. But he's also quoted and said that, depth will bolster that group. So we could see some new faces on the back line as well. Rincon also hopes that this group can produce 40 to 45 goals in 2022. He says Zamora, Bayo, and Hunick all return, and they're all quality scorers. They added a senior transfer, Stan Cargill, to the front line mix, and he thinks that's going to aid that in respect. He feels that they have a combined group that can score enough goals for them to be successful. Cargill tallied 7 goals and 2 assists at Upper Iowa University in 2021. And he also said Sebastian Garcia would move to the midfield possibly this season. And we're already seeing that in the first game tonight. We're seeing Sebastian Garcia play sort of a center defensive mid role. And he was in the center back position last year, which got him an all-conference nod. He's going to be joined by who we see tonight, Hugo Johnson, Paul Sapper, who got subbed in late, and we have yet to see Wendell Lima and Herman Fernandez. But Coach Rincon says that they've brought in some experienced players. They don't have to be taught as much as the freshmen, and they will immediately contribute in crucial match situations. So we'll see that tonight as the Patriots are down 1-0, 8 minutes to go until the second half starts back up. We'll take a quick break, and we'll return back here in a few minutes.
If there's a prettier place to go to college in the springtime, we don't know about it. Of course, we think it's the place to be all year round. Francis Marion University. Unparalleled beauty, unbeatable affordability, education that will last a lifetime.
Welcome back to the Patriots Sports Network. Conference Carolinas is committed to aligning with businesses that share our common values and, like us, strive to attain excellence and virtue in all endeavors. We work hard to make our corporate partnerships a truly beneficial relationship through mutually agreed upon customization that will lead to unparalleled exposure. Conference Carolinas would like to thank our current corporate partners, Barnes & Noble College, Buffkin/Baker, Cambria Hotel Greenville, Championship Award Guys, Digital Scoreboards by Formetco, Herff Jones, Hometown Ticketing, Hour-a-thon, Huddle, Marriott Spartanburg, McGriff Insurance Services, McMillan Pasden Smith, Plus Incorporated, Score Shots, SCS, by Floor Action Incorporated, Sidearm Sports, Southern Recognition LLC, South State Bank, Ticket Smarter, Toledo Ticket Technologies, and Vernon Graphics and Promotions, Vazi, and We Played Sports. Please visit conferencecarolinas.com to learn more about Conference Carolinas corporate partners. Thanks for joining us back here on the Patriots Sports Network as the halftime score is 1-0 for the Buccaneers, leading. That one goal coming from Nicholas Villalobos, a low right goal assisted by midfielder Juan Simonello, as well as Michelle Villanova. He came from a cross off the right side, chested down into the box, and was taken from about 7 yards. Surprisingly enough, looking at the halftime stats, Barry University with 59% possession, with the Patriots at 41%. Now, we talked about early on how head coach Luis Rincon likes to maintain possession. He likes to keep the ball in the Patriots. But it has not gone that way so far. It may have looked like that, but Barry had a few opportunities where they got to calm down, they got to pass it around their back line, whereas the Patriots were kind of scrambling a little bit there in the first half, especially after that first goal. It looked like their heads were a bit down. But as we said, this is a Patriots squad that's not going to go down easy. They're not going to go down with one goal on the board from their opponents. They're going to put their heads up. They're going to come back hot out of halftime. I'm sure they're going to get some opportunities early on as we're counting down from 1 minute here to start the second half. Again, Barry University in the all-white kits with dark numbers, and Francis Marion University sporting their dark blue kits with red numbers. We'll see what the lineup looks like for both sides here really soon. I imagine Coach Rincon may mix up a little bit, but he may keep a majority of those starters out there. And to talk about Barry a little bit, they've got a new head coach this season, Pesta Ivanovic. He's coming off a 7-10-1 campaign in 2021. The Buccaneers return 19 players and 8 starters as they enter this season under new management. This is the largest, or at least one of the largest recruiting classes in their program history, with 14 new players making bids for playing time. Barry University comes out of the Sunshine State Conference, their school down in Florida. So a bit of a hike for the Buccaneers, but lucky for them, they face off against Anderson University here in the next few days, so may help their travel just a little bit, staying in the South Carolina region. So the clock has hit 0, and we are ready to kick off the second half as the Patriots are still figuring out a couple things, but they're now walking onto the field. 7 shots for the Buccaneers, 3 for the Patriots. A corner kick for each respected side. This is going to be interesting here in the second half, as this is going to make or break the Patriots' home opener. New rule in Conference Carolinas, and I believe NCAA, is There will be no overtime if there is a draw at the end of the period. So in this case, if the score goes to 1-1, we will not see any overtime action this season. Patriots kick off to start. Zamora up top, Morales up top. A little bit of a different look for this formation. Juan Carlo Palma returns, Javier Bayo, as well as Paul Sapper, Sebastian Garcia, Hugo Johnson, Paul Visnez, Daniel Resch, all out there for the Patriots. Francis Marion University Athletics would like to thank the following sponsors: Adidas, Circle Park Behavioral Health Services, McLeod Regional Medical Center, Ken Jackson and Remax Professionals, Pepsi, McDonald's, Raines Hospitality, including Fairfield Inn, Spring Hill Suites, Courtyard by Marriott, Comfort Inn, and Hyatt Place, King Cadillac Buick GMC, McLeod Sports Medicine, Chick-fil-A, State Farm and Agent Jim Stewart, Quincy Steakhouse, Little Caesars, La Quinta Inn and Suites, KFC and Arby's, Florence Toyota, Waffle House, PD Electric Cooperative, Sparrow and Kennedy Tractor Supply, McCall's Supply Incorporated, Western Sizzle and Steakhouse, State Credit Union, and Zaxby's. We would just like to thank those sponsors one more time. We appreciate everything they do for the university. Buccaneers find Palenko. Palenko is going to cut inside, take a shot. That'll be deflected off of Paul Visnez. And it will be a corner kick for the Buccaneers. Scapolo comes out in goal for the Patriots, so no change from head coach Luis Rincon. He wants to see what this squad's made up. Corner kick from the Buccaneers, low. And that'll be a goal kick here for Scapolo. And Scapolo's got a cannon of a leg, I tell you what. That ball is finding its way towards the Buccaneers' back line. Console also in the net for the Buccaneers. Patriots will play it back to Scapolo. They'll find Sapper. I think a big thing for the Patriots in this half is pretty obvious. If you look at these stats, 9 shots for the Buccaneers to the Patriots 3. They've got to find a way to create shot opportunities. If they're going to want to tie this thing up or even take the lead here in the second half, that's got to be a priority. Morales takes the throw in. Ball's back to him. That one not going to find its way in bounds. Goal kick here coming from Console. Controlled off the chest. No pressure there from the Patriots as we see Rincon get a bit animated. Buccaneers with an opportunity here in the box. And that'll result in another corner kick for Barry University. Quick corner. Deflected. Goes back to the flag. Ball's played inside. And they'll be called offsides. Unlucky play for the Buccaneers. Heads up play by the Patriots defense to not go with them. That ball finds Skull down the left side. Nifty play. That one finds Steinbacher. And that'll stay a throw in for the Buccaneers. Ball played in by Palenko. Garcia does his best to clear it. Still remains with the Buccaneers. And excellent defending by Kimo Limka, as that results in a Scapolo goal kick. And Resch with the ball towards Palma. That's going to be Patriot ball off the chest of number 14 for the Buccaneers, Jordy Ramon. That's Visnez with it. Resch with the ball towards Palma. Played on to Morales. Morales with a shot. And just right. That results in a goal kick for the Buccaneers, coming from Console. And that was the Patriots' probably second best opportunity to put one in the back of the net tonight. Just a great recovery from the Buccaneers defense. Free kick here for the Buccaneers. Finds Johnson. Garcia. Palenko has a Buccaneer. That's Steinbacher. Plays it in, deflected off of Resch. Results in a goal kick for the Buccaneers. Good recovery there for the center back First year as a Patriot. Resch, a graduate student out of Graz, Austria. Ball's played in low. Resch pops it up. A little bit of a curve on it. Morales. Buccaneers get a bit grabby. Big play. That's to Sapper. And that's something you just don't want to see in this sport. A terrible collision between Sapper and Console. We may see some medical staff on the field here. And Sapper also needing some attention as well. And it looks like they're trying to get some explanation from the main referee, Ross McKernan, as that was just a terrible collision between the two. And someone's just gotten a red card. Not sure who. Looks to be Matthias Morales. So as we've got confirmation, Sapper in his attempt to control the ball accidentally goes knee to the face with Console. Just absolutely tragic. You just don't want to see this happen to a guy on the field, regardless of who you pull for in this game. You just hate to see it. We're going to take a quick break here, and we'll come back right back here on the Patriots Sports Network.
Let me paint you a picture. All of the graduates, all of the faculty, all of the administration decked out in their regalia. And as you look up at all those people, you see families, huge families. And you know why all those people are there? Because this is the very first one, the very first graduate. So special.
This is Conference Carolinas.
If there's a prettier place to go to college in the springtime, we don't know about it. Of course, we think it's the place to be all year round. Francis Marion University. Unparalleled beauty, unbeatable affordability, education that will last a lifetime.
And welcome back to the Patriots Sports Network as we took a quick break there from action. As good news for Barry University is Console, their keeper, Juan Claude Console, is up and walking off. We may see him require more medical attention as they were potentially going to bring out EMS support. A tragic play. You just don't want to see that happen in any sport, no matter who you pull for. As Paul Sapper actually has to come off for the Patriots as he's given a straight red card for the impact. And we hope both players are okay and are able to come back strong. So we are about to resume play. Console was on the ground for a few minutes and he was able to get up on his own will. So we resume play back here with 35 roughly minutes here in the second half. And I expect this second half to be pretty scrappy from here on out after that. You know the Buccaneers have that would probably add to their fuel. And they want to put more pressure on these Patriots. Zamora pressures. That's Skull with it. Finds Correa inside. As an update on Console, he seems to be walking around the bench area for the Buccaneers. Nice step over move by Zamora. He gets cut off by Polanco. A difficult 2v1 there for the captain. Into Correa. That's over to Ramon. He's going to take a shot. That's deflected off of Visnez and Morales over towards the corner flag. That's into Dobinson. Dobinson with a pass in that almost got over the head of Resch. Finds its way back to Ramon. Around the back line for the Buccaneers, Jordy Ramon, Iker Berezo, Correa playing sort of a center defensive mid-role here for the Buccaneers. Nice touch by Simonello. Passes in. Visnez able to pop it up out of the box. That stays with the Buccaneers. So with that immediate red card on Paul Sapper, that leaves Francis Marion with a man down. Shot, and just a little bit too much on it from Correa. That'll be a goal kick for Scapolo. Scapolo has to play it quickly. Just about 4 shots in the span of an hour for the Patriots during this match. Like we said previously, Coach Rincon has got to tell these players that they've got to get shots off. They've got to create opportunities. That's going to be a priority for them if they're going to want to put this game even. The Buccaneers still lead 1-0 here with roughly 31 minutes to go here in the second half. Pressure from Zamora and Garcia. Lemke finds Visnez. Ball's played over the top of the defense. That's Steinbacher. It's taken away by Lemke, who chips it just over the heads of everybody. Giancarlo Palma tries to get back to it, and he keeps it. Quick pass. Hugo Johnson has been all over the field for FMU. He's had a pretty important role at center mid tonight. Bit of wind coming in. Long ball. Villalobos. Collision and a goal kick for the Patriots. As Villalobos is now down on the field. And with under 30 minutes left in the second half, a man down for this Patriot squad, you would think they would act with a bit of urgency to just tie things up. They haven't had as many opportunities, that's for sure, as the Buccaneers. It's almost guaranteed that the Buccaneers will probably have more as well as the Patriots face this squad with a man down. They have a substitutions here for the Buccaneers. Ends up in Polanco's feet, and Resch is able to punch it out. Plays it back towards the back line of the Buccaneers. Number 14, Jordy Ramon, anchoring the back line. Through ball in. That's Worth. Steinbacher. Deflected by Resch, and that did not look fun to deflect that ball. And we'll get time here. It'll still stay, I believe, a corner kick for the Buccaneers. That's a tough play to get up from. As Resch is coming up limping, he's trying to walk it off. Ball's played in, deflected out, and that'll be a yellow card for kicking the ball after the whistle was blown. Be a free kick from just inside the box. Long ball over to Palma, and he can't get a toe on it. As EMS has suddenly approached Hartzler Field. I do believe this could be precautionary, as a blow like that to the face could easily be a concussion. You don't want to have any damage whatsoever, so just playing it safe. The EMS support has showed up here at Hartzler Field. Palenko. A centerpiece to this Buccaneers team. Too much on it. That's going to roll out of bounds for a throw in here. Rincon sends some fresh legs as he takes Giancarlo Palma out. As that looks to be number 28, Jose Spasaro, a freshman defender out of Caracas, Venezuela. And tackled from behind. It's a free kick here for the Patriots. And that's another yellow card for the Buccaneers, as head official Ross McKernan has had to warn multiple players about that tonight. Ball played into Spasaro. Limke gets the turn, tries to stay with it, but Palenko ends up with it. Takeaway there for the Buccaneers defense. Patriots start to put pressure on this Buccaneers defense. They're going to play a ball inside, finds a winger. Pass over the defense and scooped up by Scapolo. Comes up to Worth. Resch able to punch it back out. Played inside, Steinbacher. Ball is in and way over the head of Juan Simonello. Roughly 24 minutes to go here in the second half. Barry still leads Francis Marion 1-0. 10 shots for the Buccaneers, 6 corner kicks. And the Patriots with 1 corner kick and 4 shots. Buccaneers with a couple subs. A trio here coming on the field for the Bucs. Steinbacher will come off, as well as Juan Valiente and David Palenko. That might have been the last minute of David Palenko here tonight. It's been a big impact for this Buccaneers team. Ball played in. Tapped around the outside of the box. Kimo Limke gets tripped up. Visnes can't stay with it, so that's a throw in for the Bucs. Buccaneers around the back line. Working in the box. No call. Scapolo scoops it up. I think a couple Buccaneers were looking for a penalty. McKernan says no, sir. That's Garcia with it. Don't think he saw Spasaro as he was running with a lot of space. Garcia plays Resch. Kimo Limke with it at midfield, makes a nice move. Turns it outside. Morales plays it back to his feet. And just a bit too much on that from Garcia. Sposaro able to get something on it. Resch. Switches sides to Visnes. Down line to Bayo. And deflected out of bounds for a Patriot throw-in. Under 20 minutes here in the second half. Buccaneers still lead 1-0. That throw-in's into Bayo, who is surrounded by Buccaneers. Ball played inside. Two men on Zamora. That's hard to get around in the box. A low ball from Bayo. Off the foot of Spasaro. Into the feet of Villanova. And that's going to be a corner kick for the Buccaneers. Ball served in. It's got a chance, and it's going to be an offsides call. So a free kick here, basically a goal kick for Scapolo. Resch into Limke. Over to Spasaro. Long ball from Resch. And that's a basket catch for the goalkeeper for the Buccaneers. Looks to be number 26, Matteo Torquillo, 6'6" goalkeeper out of Rome, Italy, transferred from North Carolina Wesleyan University. Into the feet of Zamora. He turns, makes a move, cuts inside. He'll get a free kick opportunity here. Trying to argue their case with Ross McKernan. The Conference Carolinas digital network, powered by Blue Frame and Huddle, is the official digital network of Conference Carolinas. It will encompass all original programming from Conference Carolinas. The Conference Carolinas digital network is available online at conferencecarolinasdn.com, as well as on platforms such as Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Android TV, and Apple TV. Mobile devices include iPhone, iPad, and Android will also work with the default web browser. As that free kick is right into Torquillo's glove. Resch is able to clear it. It's going to be another yellow card against the Buccaneers. Number 7, Timo Wirth, sophomore out of Bitzfeld, Germany. So a free kick outside the edge of the box for Scapolo. A booming kick towards the back line. Bayo able to trigger a free kick. As the sun is trying to poke out here in Florence, South Carolina, it's going to be bombarded by a cloudy afternoon. 15.5 minutes to go here in the second half. And Johnson, he's going to dogleg it inside. Bayo not able to get a shot on it. Morales gets the Patriots a throw in here with about 15 minutes to go. Zamora stays with it. That'll be a corner kick for the Patriots. Morales taking it. Morales, wonderful tic-tac football there from the Patriots. 1-2 into the feet of Resch. And that's going to tie things up here with about 14.5 to go. Some of the Buccaneers looking to get an explanation, but a wonderful finish from Resch in his first game as a Patriot. Finds the back of the net. Morales takes the corner, sends it to Zamora. Zamora with a quick turnaround pass to Morales, and then back over to Resch for the tic-tac goal, number 1 for the Patriots 2022 season. They've tied things up here with roughly 14 minutes to go, as the sun is starting to peek out. Can only mean good things. And my mistake, folks. We've got a change of plans here from our head official, Ross McKernan. That's going to be a no goal for the Patriots. And it's going to stay 1-0. An unbelievable chain of events here in the last few minutes of the second half, as Patriots players and fans were almost positive that that was going to be the tying goal here. So I apologize for the premature celebration. The score will still remain 1-0, Buccaneers lead. I think a lot of fans here and probably people back at home thought that was a goal as well. This has been one heck of an interesting game, folks. The Patriots play it around the back line. So the official call on that play was offsides. Morales took the corner, played it to Zamora, then Zamora played it behind him, probably leading Morales to be just a bit offsides. So no tic-tac football goal for the Patriots here. They still need to tie things up with about 13 to go here in the second half. Played down line to Silva, Lucas Silva for the Buccaneers. That's Ramon with it now. He finds Villanova. Give and go play. Still alive. And Resch has gotten the short end of the stick tonight in terms of aggressive plays. It's another yellow card for the Buccaneers. This time going to number 23, Cam McDonald. A junior out of Davie, Florida. Transferred actually from Coker University just up the road here. As I am still baffled by the official call on the corner kick from the Patriots, as is probably most of the fans in attendance tonight. A tough look for the Patriots with under 12 minutes to go. Conference Carolinas has a rich tradition and roots that dates back to its early initial inception on December 6, 1930. Conference Carolinas believes in the development and formation of the whole person in body, mind, and soul. Our students are nationally recognized for their extraordinary success in the classroom, in the community, and at the highest levels of NCAA competition. Please visit conferencecarolinas.com to learn more about Conference Carolinas. Shot there deflected by a Patriot defender. Polanco back on the field for the Bucs. as the sun has found its way onto Hartzler Field. Just outside the box. Finds a Buccaneer. Pissarro defends. Zamora able to take it away. Finds Johnson, who can't match the pace of Worth. Finds its way back to the back line. Gaforian. And a shot just off the side of the bar. That'll be a goal kick for Scapolo. Another close call for this Patriots defense. With under 10 minutes remaining, Scapolo has had quite an eventful night. He's had to face 11 shots, 7 corner kicks against the Buccaneers. That finds Palenko. Palenko's got a man out wide, number 18, Lucas Silva from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Here's a shot. Saved by Scapolo. Scapolo comes up with it. He's had, like I said before, an eventful night, and there was another chance taken by the Buccaneers. Patriots got to work fast here with under 10 minutes. Gets by Spasaro. That's 23, Cam McDonald. And deflected. That's a goal kick. And they'll get a pause on time. Scapolo with the goal kick. And a booming kick. That's into Gaforian. Be in favor of the Patriots. Stan Cargill has found his way onto the pitch, on for Javier Bayo. Cargill, a senior out of London, England. Coach Rincon talked a lot about Cargill. We'll see how he does with limited time here on the pitch tonight. Shot. Saved by Scapolo. That one was creeping towards the right corner of the goal. Didn't leave the ground, really, but an on-target shot from the Buccaneers. The 8th corner kick for the Buccaneers. Ball's played in off the head of Resch. Patriots throw in with under 7 minutes. Zamora's got nothing for the throw-in. Was looking for Cargill. Garcia with a dangerous pass. Free kick for the Patriots. 6 minutes to go. Make sure to keep up with all the great things happening in Conference Carolinas through social media. You can follow Conference Carolinas on Twitter and Instagram at Conf Carolinas. Make sure to also like Conference Carolinas on Facebook at facebook.com/Conference Carolinas. Keep up to date on all the things happening in Conference Carolinas by visiting conferencecarolinas.com daily. Scapolo looking for Cargill. I expect the Buccaneers to play ultra defensive with 5 minutes now remaining in the second half. On the road, they're going to want to look to pull away from this one, bearing no last-minute mistakes or opportunities given to the Patriots. Long ball. That's Sposaro with it. And Zamora not able to flick it onto Limke. Cargill loses it but finds it back. And Johnson has it. Looks to outpace Worth. Ball is in, and that's into the glove of Torchio. Mateo Torchio, who has played most of this second half after subbing in for Jean-Claude Console, who our prayers are up with him as he had to leave in the ambulance here at Hartzler Field after a gruesome collision just outside the box between Paul Sapper and Console. Sapper was given a red card for the play. So the Patriots have been playing with a man down pretty much the entire second half. Three and a half to go. Buccaneers still lead 1-0. 13 shots, 8 corner kicks. To the Patriots, 2 corner kicks and 5 shots. And if you were listening earlier, you probably heard my premature celebration to the no goal on the corner kick from the Patriots that was taken away after an offsides call was made by our officials this evening. And we're getting a late substitution. Kimo Limke comes off, and Juan Ailman comes back on. Or excuse me, not Limke. Limke is back there on the back line for the Patriots. That substitution for Ailman, who saw a little bit of time in the first half. Palenko up the middle. It was Stan Cargill coming off, who played a little bit up top. Ailman gets his shot again here in the second half. And Resch draws a foul here. And Palenko gets himself a yellow after he boots it past the free kick mark. Long ball from Scapola coming. That's to the edge of the box. Off Palenko. Under 2 minutes to go. Palenko finds. That's Villanova. Multiple Buccaneers in the box. And shot goes over the bar. Scapolo now with a goal kick. Roughly a minute and a half remaining here in the second half. Just a reminder, folks, that the women's soccer program will face off against Coker University at 7 p.m. Make sure to stick around for that, as such a close opportunity from Johnson off the heel. Leaves about a minute 15 to go. So Patriots looking for one last miracle here. Low ball played into Palenko. Minute remaining now. And they'll call offsides with about 40 seconds to go. Patriots with a chance here late. Zamora has it. Chased by two Buccaneer defenders and gives it right back. That ball is onside. Scapolo with pretty good defense. And a crazy chip goal from number 11 of the Buccaneers, Juan Simoeo, a sophomore forward out of Santa Fe, Argentina, is able to pop it over the head of Scapolo, and Patriots not able to get there in time to boot it out. So the Buccaneers now with a 2-0 lead with 17.6 left on the clock. Patriots with maybe one more opportunity. Kickoff here from Ailman into Garcia, and the last 15 seconds will run down as the Buccaneers will walk away with a 2-0 victory here on Hartzler Field here in Florence, South Carolina, of the Patriots men's program home opener. The Francis Marion University Patriots men's soccer program will be back in action this Saturday, August 27th, against Flagler at 4 o'clock p.m. One more time that the women's soccer program will face off against Coker University following this at 7 o'clock. Coker University just coming up from the road for some local South Carolina action. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back for some halftime stats. again, welcome back here to the Patriots Sports Network as we're back with some final score updates. As I think I said halftime before I went into break, the game has been final here for the past few minutes with Barry University walking off with a 2-0 victory against Francis Marion University. Those 2 goals for the Buccaneers coming from Juan Simoneo, and the first goal coming in the end of the first half from Nicholas Villalobos, assisted by Juan Simoneo and Michelle Villanova. The Buccaneers with 15 shots total to the Patriots 4. 7 shots on goal for the Buccaneers, 2 for the Patriots. 8 corner kicks and 2 for FMU. 1 red card coming for the Patriots, 5 yellow cards for the Buccaneers, 1 for the Patriots as well. And 5 saves for Scapolo, 2 for the Buccaneers. Scapolo faced 15 shots, while the Buccaneers keepers faced 4. Again, one more time, the Patriots women's program will face off against Coker University right here on the Patriots Sports Network here at 7 o'clock. And don't forget, Patriots men's soccer face off again Saturday against Flagler University at 4 o'clock, August 27th. That'll be right here on the Patriots Sports Network. I'll see you on the next one. This is Alex Wober. See you next time.
Let me paint you a picture. All of the graduates, all of the faculty, all of the administration decked out in their regalia. And as you look up at all those people, you see families, huge families. And you know why all those people are there? Because this is the very first one, the very first graduate. So special.
This is Conference Carolina.